Hello, welcome to my video on using mind mapping to understand and define problems in the workplace that you intend to solve. My name is Sheila Okoth, and I help career professionals like you to boost your professional reputation and advance your career through business writing. Business writing is a powerful tool for problem solving, persuasion, influence, and critical thinking. Problem solving is a valuable skill to demonstrate and apply in most, if not all, businesses and organizations. For this skill set to positively impact your career, you must identify the right problems to solve and then implement appropriate solutions. Mind mapping is a technique in which you use words, pictures, symbols, and so forth to visualize the topic or issue you're tackling. With this technique, you start with a single main topic from which you connect related subtopics. Mind mapping helps to break down complex topics into actionable and digestible parts in a spatial manner. With mind maps, you can explore the relationships among the sets of data or information you've collected about a problem or an event that you're dealing with. Tony Buzan invented mind maps in 1974. You can create a mind map on your own. You may also mind map within a group where you designate a facilitator to draw the map as team members provide their inputs. In both instances, the general steps are as follows. First, gather as much background information about the problem as possible. Having this information handy before you start will help you create a more comprehensive mind map. Next, collect the materials you'll need: a large sheet of paper and different colored pencils or pens or markers. If possible, use erasable pens or markers. Place the piece of paper horizontally and write the problem topic using a single word or a short phrase at the center. Alternatively, you may choose to draw an image to represent the problem rather than writing a word or phrase. Then, build out your mind map radially by drawing 4 to 8 lines radiating from your main topic. These lines are your primary branches. Write down keywords or short phrases on these primary branches to represent the main subtopics around your core topic. Next, draw secondary branches radiating from each of your primary branches to develop your ideas further. If needed, you can add tertiary branches to your secondary branches. To visually enhance your mind map, incorporate color, pictures, asterisks, emojis, or symbols. These enhancements may help to stimulate your creativity. Lastly, feel free to add ideas to a branch that you had worked on previously. If you're mind mapping with a team of colleagues, you may find that new ideas come up during post-mapping discussions. If this happens, include these ideas on the map. Consider the following scenario. Let's say you work for an investment company and you lead the team that manages customer portfolios. Your team has consistently excelled over the years. However, during the last few months, the company has received complaints from clients about how your team is managing their investment portfolios. Some clients are even threatening to take their business elsewhere. Your boss has asked you to evaluate these complaints and rectify the situation before the company loses business. Let's apply the mind mapping technique to define and analyze the problem presented. First, write or draw the problem in the middle of the sheet. I'll use a sad emoji to represent customer dissatisfaction. Next, let's draw each primary branch with a distinct color to represent the main topics around the core theme of customer dissatisfaction. The primary branches could be the following: who is involved, And to whom does the problem occur? What? What exactly is the problem? What is it about the problem that affects the customer or the company's bottom line? When? When did the problem occur, or when does the problem occur? When was the problem first observed? Where? Where is the problem observed? Is the problem within a particular area or within a specific team? How? How big do you think the problem is? How do you know it's even a problem? And how does the problem become apparent? Meaning, what are the effects of the problem? And why? Why does the problem occur? Allow me to digress for a minute. There are several techniques that you can use to brainstorm why a problem occurs. One of the most popular methods is the 5 whys technique. Check out my video describing the 5 whys technique by clicking on the link provided in the description box below. Okay, back to our mind map. The next step is to draw secondary branches radiating from the primary branches. Each secondary branch should be the same color as the respective primary branch, symbolizing their relatedness. Label each secondary branch. In the scenario that we are working on, the who primary branch might be you, the team leader, your team, and customers as the people that are affected by the problem. You may then add tertiary branches to your secondary branches to further explore your ideas. For example, you may have noticed that the customer complaints you've received occur only among those accounts that are managed by colleagues that have been with your team for less than a year. You also may know from your research that the customers are complaining because they do not think that their investments are yielding satisfactory returns. So these form your tertiary branches. If you're just starting out, create your mind maps on paper. Once you've gotten the hang of the technique, you may consider using mind mapping software on your computer, phone, or tablet. The outputs will be much cleaner, which will be useful when communicating your findings to your colleagues and other stakeholders in your organization. There are many free mind mapping tools to choose from, such as XMind and FreeMind. There are also mind mapping tools that offer free trials for a defined period, such as Lucidchart and MindMeister. There are numerous advantages to mind mapping. First, this technique gives you a great visual overview of the problem you're trying to solve. Second, with mind mapping, you won't lose sight of the main topic or overall objective while you're expounding on details. Third, mind maps also help you realize the interconnectedness among your ideas. Fourth, you can draw symbols and pictures to represent your ideas while you think on paper. This is especially helpful if you don't like to write much. Fifth, mind mapping is a fast way to record lots of ideas because you're not writing full sentences. Sixth, mind mapping within a team not only strengthens collaboration, but also benefits from diverse viewpoints. Finally, mind mapping utilizes both your creative and your critical or structured thinking capacities to approach problem solving. Here are 5 tips for using mind mapping. First, place your paper in landscape format and use color and pictures to make your mind map more visually pleasing. If you're mind mapping in a group, consider using a whiteboard so that everyone has space to contribute. Once you finish your mind map, you can take a photograph of it for future reference. You may also choose to set a time limit, for example, 15 minutes, for the team to map out an idea so that team members aren't burning themselves out or going overboard. When you start mapping, Write down everything that comes to mind that's connected to the main topic without worrying about the order in which you write them. You can always organize your ideas afterwards. Be sure to write legibly on the branches to make it easier to share your ideas with others. Use annotations to make the mind map more actionable. For example, you can put the main topic in a box and subtopics in circles. You can also use numbers to indicate importance and priority, or use asterisks and exclamation marks to call attention to key information. Finally, if you cannot connect an idea to either your primary, secondary, or tertiary branches, that idea does not belong on your mind map. Besides problem solving, you can apply mind mapping techniques to other work activities. I encourage you to give mind mapping a try, for example, when taking notes at your next class or meeting. Imagine you're attending a meeting in which multiple topics come up. If you're sitting and listening passively, you may miss important connections among the ideas being discussed. But because mind mapping requires you to constantly figure out where to place information, you will be actively engaged in analyzing what you're gathering, categorizing it into appropriate buckets, and determining the interconnectedness among the ideas being presented or discussed. You can also use mind mapping to plan and prepare proposals and presentations to stakeholders and colleagues. Remember that the real world is not linear. We often receive information in a messy fashion. Mind mapping allows you to organize that information in a way that makes sense to you and also helps you to communicate it in a way that others can understand. I hope you enjoyed this video and found the information helpful. Mind mapping is a great way to utilize your business writing skills to solve workplace problems. If you are interested in learning how you can boost your professional reputation at work using business writing as a tool for influence, click the link in the description box below to download my free ebook in which I share 7 powerful ways to exercise your influence through your emails, presentations, memos, letters, and other business documents. Thanks for watching.